Hey guys, and welcome back to another IPT2. So, this week it's going to be another shorter podcast just due to time and the topic we're covering. Now that we can put Valentine's Day in the back burner, we can look forward to what's ahead for most of the people out there in the land of gym. So, we know that March, April, May typically are the times where people want to drastically change their body. And that's why this podcast is all about transformations. So, not necessarily telling you guys what you should do in terms of how to train people. And of course, if you ever have questions on training people, it is pertinent to ask them. Feel free to contact us in all the various channels. But, and here's the but, most people coming to the gym looking for a personal trainer will be looking for transformations in the next few months, be it for weddings. I have a wedding coming up, so I'm in training to lose a little bit of weight. People will be training for the holidays. People will be training to attract partners in holidays, attract partners at events, and basically feel good for summer. So that's where we, as personal trainers, need to step in and showcase what we can offer. Now, if you're new to the industry, you're going to be like, oh, I don't have any transformations to show people. And that's absolutely fine because we don't have to always have those. And to be perfectly fair, in my long career, I never relied on transformation pictures to showcase to people. I have some, but I didn't always ask my clients for them. Now, people will buy personal training based on you. And if you can convince the person that your training is what they need, if the training is what they are looking for, almost what they want, then you'll have a better chance of getting them for a transformation. Now, typically, we see transformation packs online, people doing generic cookie cutter programs that they give to multiple people in hopes that they will get some testimonials. As an in person personal trainer, we don't do that. And you really shouldn't be doing that online either, but it's the only way to facilitate hundreds of people at a time. So, if you have a client that comes to you and wants a transformation, what are you going to offer them? And this is where you need to start thinking about your packages. I am a firm believer that most goals will take at least 12 weeks minimum. So I think when you're discussing things with the client, you should be looking for a minimum 3 month buy-in. Now that just means that they can still pay you per month, but it makes sure that you get recurring revenue. You get that uh, monthly pay, and you've got it for at least 3 months. Now, obviously, people may have goals beyond their holidays and so on. So this is just the starter pack, really, for people. So if you've got transformation pictures to show people, great. If somebody purchases your transformation package, maybe ask them if they would be okay with sharing the results. Now, that doesn't mean that they have to get into their underwear. You'll see the picture that we selected on our Instagram and Facebook and so on for today's podcast. That a picture can also tell 1,000 words when the person's fully clothed. What we maybe would ask the client to do is to try on maybe a dress or a top or something that they don't feel comfortable in, something that they want to feel comfortable in, but maybe doesn't fit them quite correctly. Maybe it's a bit tight and they just don't like it. And if they're okay with that, great. If not, then obviously they can showcase the transformation some other way. But then obviously if you do your job and they lose weight, put muscle on, whatever happens to their body and it changes, and they put that dress or that top back on, that same outfit, and they look incredible, that's a much more powerful transformation picture than seeing people in their underwear. Obviously, if somebody has the goal of getting a six pack and you can show that you've got them to that, then great. If they're happy taking their top off, 100% power to them. But just bear in mind that not everybody will be happy to do it for you, and not everybody will be willing to take their clothes off. And to be honest, people that take their clothes off online are a dime a dozen, and there's less pictures of people who are fully clothed and look incredible in their transformations. That's where we want to be at, because that will make us stand out a little bit more. We can then see the before and after, and we can judge it based on the same item of clothing they're wearing. And you've probably seen things like the picture we shared where the person has a lot of weight to lose, and then you can see the item of clothing is so baggy now because of the weight they've lost. That's a powerful picture, and if you can have a few of them in your repertoire, then that will sell your services as well. Now, for those people who don't want to share their progress in that kind of manner, then ask them if they could show it in other ways. Do they have a written testimonial they can give you? Do they want to get on video and talk about it? These are still powerful testimonials, and they will make you stand out because they're different from what most people are doing. When it comes to your actual package, as I said, I think a 12-week package is always a good start. 3 months is the kind of baseline for most goals, and it fits with March, April, May going into the summer. So think about what you could do in that time with people. Do you have a specific strategy that could help people lose weight? And bear in mind, most people want to lose weight in the gym. Or maybe you have another demographic you want to target. Maybe you want to help the 16 to 21-year-old bracket feel good for the summer when they are going to festivals for the first time or going on their first holidays. Maybe you want to give them self-confidence by putting on some lean muscle. There's other ways and other avenues to go down. It doesn't just always have to be that transformation body loss package. And that's something to bear in mind. Think about the people who surround you in your gym and what your gym's demographics are like, and what do they need. Do a needs analysis, do a SWOT analysis. These are things that will help you understand what you should be actually selling to people, and not just trying to give them something you like. And that's always something to bear in mind when it comes to training as well. And then the most important part about any goal you're going to do, make sure you offer nutritional support, because if you don't, you're more likely going to have dissatisfied customers, and they probably won't get to their goal. So make sure that you have nutrition protocols for people. That's the most important thing. Whatever training you give them is fine, because that's going to burn calories. It can be specific to their goal or specific to the goals of the challenge or whatever you decide to do in the 12 weeks. But that nutrition protocol is going to be the ace in the hole. So make sure it's in depth. Make sure you know what you're going to be asking of everybody. What kind of calorie deficit should they be in for weight loss? What kind of surplus they're going to be in for their lean muscle gains? And bear in mind that will need to be done week on week to make sure they get to their goal. So it is going to be a little bit of effort on your part, but you will see them to the end, and you will have fantastic transformations if you have a good nutritional protocol. Bear in mind, we eat all day, every day, but we only train once a day, and that's not every day. So nutrition is going to be your key point here for any transformation package. So get that involved, figure out your check-ins, figure out how you're going to advertise. Personally, I think the best advertisement can be you speaking to people, drumming up the word of mouth, and then launching it via your social media platform so that people can check out maybe the content you're sharing about your challenge or your thing you're doing. Because once you tell people to go look at it, they will go look at it, but when they're online, they may just scroll past it. So your best marketing for these packages are going to be in person. Now, if you're fortunate enough to have money set aside and you can, then obviously Instagram, Facebook ads, Google ads are going to be fantastic at helping you get more people. But really, you should also think about the cap. How many people can you work with at a time without this gaining too much time from your life? So, lots to think about when it comes to transformation packages. This is the time of year when the first transformation should really be looked at again. Obviously, people want to change in January, but we lose a lot of people in January, February because they don't stick to the goals they've set themselves. We can now reset, we can look ahead, and we can push forward our clients and potential clients from this moment on. So get that started now before we hit March. Maybe even launch it at the beginning of March and try to think about how you can hook people into the course. Obviously, people want it. It's some of these transformations are the biggest things that people want. Give it to them, but start now thinking about all the elements that you'll need to make it a success. And if you need any support, as always, we are here. And we appreciate if you share, like, comment, subscribe, because all that really helps our small channel grow and means that we can start to maybe do other stuff with the podcast. So till next time, guys, take care. And as always, if you need anything from us, please contact us. See you next week.